friends, it's Mari here, and this is the first of several videos over the course of the next several weeks for my holiday series 2019. I've been creating videos here on YouTube for about 5 years, and for many years I've had a holiday series, and I'm happy to do that again this year. I'm excited about it, and I'm hoping to post videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays during the month of November for sure, and hopefully in December as well. And today I'm going to be taking you through a card making process that is completely 100% going to be made with dies. And I'm going to start out here today by showing you some of the products that I'm going to be using. I'm mostly going to be using Tim Holtz products today. I'm going to be using some of the dies from this Colorize Thinlit set. This was one of the sets for the Christmas release this year. And also this one, which is the the foliage and the pine cones. I'm also going to be using some paper from the Christmas 8x8 pad from this year's release. I'm going to be using some paper from the Cardstock in the classics. I'm going to be using a red piece and some green and some craft. And I'm also going to be using some of the gold metallic cardstock as well. What's really cool about this is it's backed with craft. It's actually probably my favorite of all time metallic cardstock. I love it. It's really cool to work with. And I've got several pads of this in the different colors. Love it. And today I'm going to just be using the gold. And I'm also going to use something else. It's not Tim Holtz. It's Simon Says Stamp. And it's a die that I've had in my stash for a bit. And it's just this happy holiday sentiment. So I'm going to start off here. I've already die cut all of my pieces that I'm going to be using, just so that I don't have to stop and start today with that. But I am going to be using a craft base for my card today. And I'm going to use this frame. And this frame I cut with a My Favorite Things die. And I don't know if you can get this. I don't know if it's available anymore. I will show it to you, but it is a stitched frame, and this one was called Single Stitch Line Rectangular Frame. Like I said, I don't know if that's still available. I've had this for a long time in my stash. It's a really awesome staple for a die. And I'm going to be using it just to frame in my project today. Now what I did was I also cut this same frame from this wood grain pattern paper from that Christmas pattern paper pad. And what that left was a piece that fits perfectly inside of the frame. So that is going to be the inner part of my card today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those two things stuck down here first. So I'm going to start with sticking down this frame, and I am going to use, some tonic glue for this. Just going to put a fine little bead on my frame here. Get that on there and stick that down onto my card base. The card base that I'm using today is Neenah Desert Storm, which is a craft, and I love this. It's a really nice weight for a card base. I'm going to try to get this stuck down without getting my glue all over the place. Well, what would help is if I have this straight on my mat. This is live, people. There's no editing here, so I'm here with you live. Let's hope this goes down straight. The Nuvo glue is does give you a little bit of wiggle time here, so that's good. Okay, it's looking pretty straight. I'm happy with that. get that excess up off of there. Okay, so we got that stuck down. So now I'm just going to take a tape runner, tape this or stick this inner part down, and that just fits perfectly in there because, like I said, it's cut with the same die as that frame. Okay, so I really like how that looks. I think that's really neat. And what I was thinking I would do is put the greenery from this set. I was thinking I would kind of try to put it in the corner. So I haven't tried this yet. This is all, like I said, this is live crafting here. So I have to just sort of remember that I've got to fit my happy holidays in there, but I'm okay with layering it over top of that. That's fine too. And then my pine cones, have to have room for my pine cones here too. These are fairly large. So my pine cones are probably going to have to go up a little bit onto that foliage. Maybe like that. So I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking maybe it would be better to do it like it is in the image and have it coming down like that. What do you think? Oops. Not loving that. That's kind of not really what I thought I was going to do with it to begin with. So I think I might go back to my original plan, and that is to have it kind of like this, and like this. And then I was planning on putting this little bow here somehow. Just these cones have to go up a little bit higher, that's all. I'd have to trim these down a little bit. They seem pretty long. So I'm going to do that. Just going to take them and trim them down a little bit. I'm not going to trim too much off to begin with because I can always take more off. Just trim them down a little bit. I think that's going to be a lot better. They were just a little bit too long. I think that's going to work better. Okay, so that's going to be sort of my general placement. And then I also cut some of these little pieces. These are from this set and they're meant to be layered, right? But I just cut some of the little bits to kind of poke in over top of my pine needles. I just thought that would bring in a nice little bit of gold. And then there's also these little sprigs, which are meant to be layered over top of the holly here. See that? But I just thought they would be cool little embellishments for this. I just thought they would be really pretty on there. Kind of like that ish. And then the happy holidays. I'm just kind of trying to mess around here with the placement right now. But now that I'm looking at that and the gold, I'm wondering if the Happy Holidays shouldn't be in red, just to bring some more of that red in there. So I'm wondering if I might use this Happy Holidays in the metallic on another card and then cut out that Happy Holidays in this same red cardstock. I'm going to do that and I will see you back in a minute. Okay, so what I did was I cut the Happy Holidays out of the red cardstock, and I also cut it out of some heavy white cardstock twice. And then I glued that all together so that what you end up with is a really sturdy die cut for your sentiment that's really going to be showy on your card front. So it's really going to stand out a lot more than if it was just a single layer. So I've got my little pieces here, my little foliage pieces glued down. And now what I want to do is I want to glue these little metallic pieces on top. And so I'm just going to stick those down over top of my pine needles. Just using my Nuvo adhesive again. So get those stuck down like so. And then my pine cones are going to be layered over top, like I showed you earlier. And then I'm just going to stick these sprigs in after. So I think I'm going to put that one down there. I want to stick this down with some liquid adhesive again. And I can go in after and glue down any of the edges that aren't adhered afterwards, once I've got everything kind of in place, because then I'll just kind of know what my placement is of all of the different pieces. So it's really easy to make a card just with die cuts. You know, there's no, I didn't use any coloring tools obviously here. This is all just simply made with the dies. So it's a really quick way. And if you want to mass produce cards, this is a great way to do it, because you can just cut all of your pieces and then just kind of, you know, you can have a gluing session once your pieces are all cut. So it's a pretty, I feel, quick way to make a bunch of cards at one time. So if you're looking to make some holiday projects, some cards for the holiday season, this is a really great way to get some made quickly. Okay. And this little guy, I might have just kind of going up in that direction there. Love this metallic paper. I think it just adds a beautiful pop on your card. I think it just looks really, really super festive. And it's just very, very showy and pretty. So the Happy Holidays now, I will do probably a little bit of overlapping, right? Over top of my pine needles here a little bit, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And this, I'm just going to adhere down to that. Okay, so that like that, I think is how I'm going to go. See you back in a minute. Okay, so I've got everything all stuck down. I've got the card finished. I don't have a sentiment stamped on the inside yet, but that's something that I will do before I give this out. And I'm really happy with this, how this turned out. 100% virtually made with dies. You don't always need a bunch of inks and, you know, coloring tools to create a card. If you've got a bunch of dies in your stash that you can use as Christmas or holiday, then go for it. Try making a card completely with dies. It's a very, very easy, simple way, quick to create a card. So I hope you liked that today. I hope you'll come back for more holiday videos next week. I am just waiting for some supplies to start my Disney album. We just recently returned from Disney World, and I am going to be filming that as well and sharing that with you. So over the course of the next couple of months, it'll be Disney and holiday, and I'm also going to be working on a December daily or December album this year, as well as I usually do here on my channel. So I've got lots of things planned for the next while, and I hope that you will join me here on YouTube. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.